Hi friends, I'm Shauna. Welcome to the channel and welcome to a new episode of Low Buy Bingo. If it's your first time here, I would recommend watching my intro video, which I will link in the cards. If you've seen it before, we're back. We have the completed bingo card. We finished our first round of Low Buy Bingo, and in this video, I'm going to be talking very briefly. I'm going to be setting a timer for explaining kind of like how this month went and the board and that kind of thing. I'll let you know if I bought anything, and then we will reset the board for next month or next iteration. I ultimately extended things by 1 week only because reading was such a struggle, and I was also hoping I could like hit 1 or 2 more things. It didn't happen. I need 1 more star because I did finish, or I feel like this one should be checked off. So really there's only 2 left that I didn't do. Now, let's get into it real quick. I feel like the hot priorities for me this month were to reorganize the closet of shame and my nightstand. I did those together on the same day this past weekend. So it was also really funny because I felt so... I'm going to insert clips of that now and like photos or whatever. I didn't just want to do the closet. I wanted to kind of clean out that room, and the boxes in that room were from when I moved in 13 months ago. They're all officially out of my place, and I've kept all of the stuff that needs to leave basically in my front entrance, because if it goes back in the room, it's going to stay there ultimately. And with my nightstand, it's so organized now. Like, it's so cute, and like my perfumes are in there and everything. It's just such a great, I feel so good with it organized, and it's much better. And the funny thing about it is that I've had trays to organize that nightstand for months. Like, since I moved in, I had one of those in my previous place. And the only reason why it was not organized was because I moved and had to take it out. Okay, so let's talk about books for a hot second. I struggle with reading so much this month, and I was really trying to like make the prompts happen. And I was really trying for like a sapphic romance, but I just was not into romance at all, like period. I tried about 8 different books. I ended up trying about 8 different books, and I finally just kind of let it go and then moved on. And also I felt like audiobooks would be a good thing to try. So I'm currently in the middle of 2 audiobooks. Vengeance and We Are the City. Vengeance is by V.E. Schwab, and We Are the City is by N.K. Jemisin. And then I'm in the middle, more like I'm 60% of the way through We Are the City, and I'm also just past the 50% point with House on the Cerulean Sea. That one hits 2 like checks, which would be a cozy or fantasy ambient world, as well as a book that Gabriella gave 4.5 to 5 stars to. I felt like it was appropriate to check those off only because I had to wait 21 days for that book to come in. And then I started reading it, and it's just kind of been slowly, like on the train and like here and there. And then I have 1 audiobook for like working activities, and then I have another book for like cleaning and like daily to-dos, like doing my dishes and like cleaning the floors. It just, I don't know if it makes sense, but it's just been kind of nice to separate those things. I will get through all 3 of them. It's just a matter of time. And so I felt like it was safe to check those off. And I haven't purchased any clothes. And then I went thrifting with Lara, and we got a couple of things, but like they were free, like at a clothing swap. So I've only purchased 1 single thing this year. I haven't purchased anything since Low Buy Bingo, which is amazing. I have found 3 new channels. The goal was to find 3 kind of low buy channels or no buy channels. And all of these are finance related, and they're not really low buy or no buy. I still feel like they apply because they really promote thoughtful spending, which is kind of ultimately what we want to do here. The 4 are Clever Girl Finance, Caleb Hammer. His financial audits are the best. I also really like, one of them is called Frozen Pennies, I'm pretty sure. Okay, I'm gonna just have to put her channel on the screen. I can't remember her name, but I've been watching a lot of all four of their videos and they definitely apply. The last thing I want to talk about is kind of more of like a conversation about rewards and goals. And I feel like I need to give you this example because I think it will help you see like what I've been thinking about. So on this board, I had a goal of 10 writing sprints. Up until last Friday, I had finished 8 out of the 10. Over the weekend, I wrote so much and I wasn't anticipating that. And I wasn't even sure if I would hit the other 2, but I wrote so much over the weekend, like 20,000 words. And at that point, the end of the project was in sight. So like I crushed my writing goal, crushed my sprint goal. I lost track of my sprints over the weekend, but I wrote over 10 hours, like maybe like 16 hours, like just a ton over the weekend. And so once I came out of the weekend, I had about like 32,000 words and the end of the project was now in sight. And the end of the project, I was thinking somewhere between 38 and 40,000 words. I want to finish it. Like I want to finish the whole project now. And one of the things that I've been wanting to wear are these like press-on nails that I got. They're magnetic actually. And they like fell before I was filming the video. So they're, oh, here we go. Hold on. There we go. I can at least show you. These are them. And it didn't make sense for me to wear them until I was done writing because writing with long nails, it just drives me crazy. So I've been really wanting to wear them and I keep pulling them out of my drawer and I keep like trying them on and I'm like so excited to wear them. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to wait until the end and then I'll wear them at that point. So I finished that goal a couple days ago and like I finished what I wanted to and I just didn't have time to put them on and I have some time today. So I'm going to do it now. And it was actually so motivating to like, I had these in their box sitting on my desk and it was so motivating to, I mean, I wanted to finish on my own accord, but it was so motivating to have this small goal to work through. And well, I bought them with a gift card. They would have been $9, like if I want to pay out of pocket for them. And it really made me think about potentially like reframing low buy bingo in like buying rewards potentially, because some of our goals, like our big goals, I think they should be rewarded. I feel like a lot of us just like we have goals, period, whether they're big or small. And, you know, running a 10K is a certain kind of accomplishment that makes me feel some kind of way that's different than like finishing a writing project. And of course, what these mean can like change as we grow and change as people and like what becomes more important. But having a goal to work towards and then also having a really clear reward was like really special. I have other goals that I would like to hit. And I feel like it could be extra special to have a reward waiting on the other end. This is something that James Clear talks about in Atomic Habits. And rewards can take a lot of different shapes. Like they could be a monetary reward, like buying something or having something that you've purchased. But it could also be a time reward, or it could be like a dinner out. It could be whatever you want it to be. It doesn't have to necessarily be expensive. But I'm also torn at the fact of using monetary things as incentives to do things I want to do. In a way, low buy bingo is just that in itself. I feel like it's not quite that though, because it's ultimately a way of spending my budget and like a way of spending, money that I've budgeted for, my fun money. Low buy bingo can't be everything. Like it can't be the place that I spend my wardrobe money with, as well as goals money with. Like I would be asking it to do a lot more than what there is budget for. So I'm not sure what exactly I'm going to do with this money, because I feel like we have almost a full bingo card except for these two. I wore a bold lip 4 times. This is number 4. And I cleaned my makeup brushes twice. So I didn't hit everything. And I think we're at, I think it'd be $100. If I get all 5, it's $125 plus like the $5 bonus. So I have $100 of fun money to play with. And I haven't purchased anything, and I'm just not sure what I want to do with it. I mentioned wanting a trench coat, which I could spend that $100 for, to buy, but I could also buy something for a new goal. And I'm not sure. And I did think about buying some things here and there. I mentioned in one video that I wanted to like buy some shower steamers. And I also mentioned earlier on that I wanted to buy some jewelry. I think jewelry would be a great idea. And something that could potentially function as like a goal reward. So I'm not sure. I'm at least banking my money for now, and I have nothing to report as buying or wanting to buy except a trench coat. I haven't purchased that yet. So let me know your thoughts about using rewards, using like monetary things as rewards, whether like you're pro or against, even like just philosophically speaking. And if you've done this before, what have you used as rewards? Overall, I feel like I accomplished a lot in these almost 2 months. I think it's more like 7 weeks. So we're pretty close to that 8-week mark, 2-month mark. I feel like I accomplished a lot, and this was like an incentive to do things. Like I really pushed myself to try and find something to read. Like I really did. I spent a lot of time and effort trying to kind of break the reading slump that I'm in. And I'm not sure that I'm totally out of the slump, but I'm like starting to refine momentum. And my friend and I have been talking so much about how reading like is so meaningful to us. And it's great to kind of have that restarting. I blew my own expectations away for how much I would write this month. I like beat my goal by I think 22 days, which is wild. It might even be more. It might be 24 or 26 days, but close to a month. I think my expected completion was April 22nd. I feel like we have so much potential that we don't always realize, or we aren't always able to harness. And I just feel like clear intention and clear planning can just go so far. So I'm so excited to kind of revamp the board for next month. So what I think is going to happen for this month, I'm about to go do the whole prompt thing now. I'm not going to have a full column of reading, just because I've only finished one book and it took me so many tries to finish that. If everything goes to plan, I could have finished 3 more books next month, which would be incredible. But I also like don't want to assume that like success is just going to happen. So, and also, it might take me a while to finish the books that I've already started. So I wouldn't want to like double dip in the sense of, I've checked up some prompts here for books that are yet to be finished. It would be kind of like cheating, or to me anyways, to then like put other prompts on the board and then use those same books with. So I might not be picking up something that's not on this board for a couple of weeks, maybe even a full month. So I feel like putting books and creativity into one might be good, or just allowing myself to check something off if I've really done my due diligence and it hasn't worked. So if I have a prompt next month, let's say cozy ambient world, and I tried 3 books and nothing worked, I feel like that's doing my due diligence and I can check it off and move on. And I think specifically when it comes to books and creativity, as long as I'm doing my due diligence, I feel like I should grant myself that grace, because this shouldn't be stressful. And the purpose is to try, really. So I think that's how we're going to do it. And I'm also, instead of picking everything by random, I have specific projects that I want to put in there that I want to make sure get addressed. So I'm going to put those in myself and then randomly pick some prompts as well. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Hurt me with a word goodbye. We swore goodbye. I'm without you. Hurt me with a broken heart. I'm better on the other side. I'm better on the other side.
Okay, so here's the finished board, and you did see me pick this column, and you saw me write most of this one. You also saw this one. So the only changes that have been made is that I swapped out free choice for great villain, only because read any book is on here, so it's kind of twice. And then I'm not sure if you saw these or not, but I feel like these are pretty self-explanatory. This middle column, which is the financial stuff right here, I decided to sit down and just write them. So this one was initially on a different column, but I moved it over only because this is like a saving money activity. I have 2 weddings to go to, or 1 wedding, 2 events. And this would be something like I probably would have wanted to do or was at least considering. So this is like saving $50, $60, $70. This one here, this one is like a non-makeup project pan. I don't have to put it on the channel, just, work on finishing up some products in any category that's not beauty. Because we're in a new season and that's what I'm most tempted to buy, I have 2 fashion prompts. So the first is recreate Pinterest outfits, and then this one here is spend $200 or 3 new items max for my spring capsule. It's whichever is less. So it's not like, oh, I can spend $200 on 10 things at H&M. And then this last one is establish sinking funds. I have like ideas of what I want to do with this, but this just actually needs to be put out in reality, like setting up the accounts, etc. So the reason why I decided to go the route for the financial stuff is mostly because I'm just in such a good financial place. I'm not tempted to buy anything. I've been following my budget to the T the last 3 months. I've been maxing out my savings, like saving more than 30%. I haven't been tempted by beauty or clothing like I have in the past. And I feel like that's just a different conversation that like we could have on the channel, how interests change or what have you. But I really feel like my saving and my shopping is great. I would say as good as I'm capable of making at this point. And then the areas where it could be better, I feel like I'm already in the process of exploring it, like setting up sinking funds. I already have an emergency fund. Like I'm having savings. I'm trying to figure out like which kind of account is like the best for retirement. Like I'm starting to save for that. It's all kind of happening. And whatever I pick, I don't want it to be redundant or something I'm already doing. Like unfollow accounts or like don't buy this. Well, I haven't really bought anything and I'm not even interested in, like I haven't even spent my money that I picked up here. Whereas in the first few low buy bingos in 2022, like I was already spending the money as it was coming in. So I just feel like financially I'm in a different place and I wanted to be more cognizant or more specific about what I was choosing. I still feel like the prompts are in the wheelhouse of low buy bingo. I've just chosen more this round, which, feels right. Well, okay, that's it. That's everything. Thanks for hanging out with me as I put together this new bingo board. I'm really excited to get started and see what this month has in store. If you want to follow along with these prompts and, kind of see things as they play out, go follow me on Instagram at Shauna Rapari. I did share a bunch over the last couple of weeks, like what I was reading, what I was doing, and even like the decluttering of the closet of shame. If you haven't already checked out the free bingo prompt page, free bingo board page over on Buy Me a Coffee, go do that. There are links in the description. So thanks for hanging out with me, and I hope to see you again around here soon. Bye.